Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something literally all of us do, making weekend plans with friends. But instead of a boring traditional grammar lesson, we're going to look at the real, natural, conversational phrases native English speakers actually use. We'll follow a super realistic texting story between two friends, from making the initial plan to dealing with those unexpected last-minute changes. Let's get right into it. So right off the bat, how do you naturally ask a friend to hang out? I mean, if you just text someone and say, give me your schedule, you're going to sound like a strict boss. You want to sound warm, relaxed, and, friendly. When you want to see a friend, the conversation usually kicks off with a very casual text message. You're basically just testing the waters to see if they even have free time before you suggest doing a specific activity. Picture this. You pick up your phone and text your friend. Hey, are you doing anything this weekend? What's so great about this question is how soft and polite it is. You aren't forcing them to say yes or no to an actual invitation just yet. You're really just asking about their current schedule. The absolute key here is this phrase. Are you doing anything? Is a completely natural, casual way to ask if someone's busy before inviting them out. By starting with this, you give your friend a super easy out if they're just too tired. They can simply say, yeah, I'm stuck cleaning my whole house, and you haven't even had to risk them rejecting your invitation. It's practically a cornerstone of modern, polite social interaction. Now, what if you have a specific day in mind? You might text, are you free on Friday? This is an awesome alternative. It does the exact same job as the previous phrase, but it narrows everything down to a single day. If your friend says they're totally free, well, you know it's safe to pitch an activity. Once they confirm they've got the free time, boom, it's time for the actual invitation. You say, let's meet up. Notice how positive and energetic that feels? You've already established they're free, and now you're enthusiastically suggesting that the two of you get together. Let's define this clearly, just because it's so incredibly useful. Meetup is a phrasal verb, and it means to get together with someone to do something fun or social. This actually brilliantly highlights the difference between formal and informal English. Think about it. You have meetings at work with your manager, but with your friends at a local cafe, you meet up. Sprinkling in phrasal verbs like this is absolutely the #1 secret to sounding like a confident, natural speaker. Okay, so let's look at how you'd suggest a specific activity. You might text, I was wondering if you'd like to see a movie with me. This is a fantastic sentence structure. It's a little bit more polite, but it's incredibly common in everyday chatting. It shows that you've been thinking about them and you have this fun idea you want to share. Let's contrast this with textbook English because the difference is actually huge. The formal version is, I invite you to the cinema. Honestly, a native speaker would almost never say this to a friend. It sounds like you're sending a royal invitation to a palace or something. The natural version, I was wondering if you'd like to see a movie, is way softer, warmer, and exactly what you'll hear in living rooms everywhere. Moving right along with our story. Your friend sees your text about the movie, they absolutely love the idea, and they reply back, sounds good to me. This is exactly the kind of cheerful energy we love when we're making weekend plans. Sounds good is an absolute essential. It's a really friendly, everyday way to express approval for a plan. You really don't need to say, I agree with your excellent proposal. Nope, just say, sounds good. You can use it when someone suggests a restaurant, a time to meet, or a movie. It's pretty much the ultimate positive response in casual modern English. So, flawless execution, right? The plan is perfectly made. But, as we all know, life happens, things change. Our explainer today is all about real-world English. And in the real world, plans often have to be tweaked. Let's see what happens when the weekend doesn't go exactly as we planned. Imagine waking up the next morning and getting this text from your friend. I'm afraid I'm tied up all weekend. Notice the tone here. Kicking it off with I'm afraid immediately makes it a very polite apology. But the really interesting part of this text is the specific excuse they use. Let's zero in on the phrase tied up. It means being very busy or totally unavailable because of other commitments. I absolutely love this phrase because it paints such a clear picture in your head. Imagine literally being tied up with ropes. You can't move, you can't go anywhere. That's exactly how it feels when you're overwhelmed with work or family stuff. It's a perfectly polite, very natural way to say, I'm too busy. Or, you might get this absolute classic. I'm sorry, I can't meet you. Something has come up. This is another incredibly common phrase you're going to see in daily life when plans suddenly shift at the last minute. Something has come up just means an unexpected event has happened that requires your immediate attention. And honestly, why is this phrase so brilliant? Because it's completely private. You don't have to explain that your car broke down or that you're arguing with your sibling. You just say, something has come up. It's polite, it's suitably vague, and it's universally respected by everyone. But hey, true friends don't just cancel and disappear. They try to fix it. Our characters want to save their weekend hangout. So the friend texts, "Can we put off the meeting until Sunday?" They're immediately proposing a solution. The crucial phrasal verb here is put off. It simply means to delay or change a plan to a later time. Sure, you could use a formal word like postpone, but in casual English, native speakers almost always go with put off. Using these multi-word verbs is exactly what makes your spoken English sound so smooth and relaxed. Real quick, I want to highlight how we explain our new schedule. You could say, I have a class. That sounds like a very rigid, permanent schedule. But when we're making excuses about social plans, we almost always use the ing form, the present continuous, and say, I'm having dinner with my family. It emphasizes that this is a firm, active plan that you just can't break. It's a minor detail, but it makes your conversational English sound incredibly natural. All right, back to our story. So, turns out your friend is busy on Sunday now too. The conversation flows right along as they counteroffer a completely different day. They text, "Can we make it Monday instead?" Asking, "Can we make it?" is just a wonderful, easy way to suggest a new time without sounding demanding at all. And how do you respond to show you're totally flexible? You just reply, "Works for me." This is a super casual, highly natural way to accept a newly suggested plan. It basically just means that fits perfectly into my schedule. It's easygoing, it's friendly, and it keeps the conversation moving forward on a happy note. Let's fast forward our timeline just a bit. It's now Sunday, the day before the newly planned Monday hangout. When plans change a lot, friends usually like to double-check them. So you shoot over a quick text. "Are we still on for tomorrow night?" Asking if you're still on for is just a quick question to confirm a meeting is actually happening as planned. It's the absolute best way to ensure no one has forgotten they get together. It doesn't sound annoyed like, "Did you forget about me?" It just sounds like a polite, excited little check-in. And the friend confirms, bringing our story to a happy resolution. You send the final message. "Great, I'll pick you up at 8 p.m. Pick you up is another fantastic phrasal verb. It means you're going to drive your car over to their place and collect them so you can head out together. It's the perfect, friendly ending to a successfully made plan. Wow, we really covered a ton of real-world English today. Everything from "Are you doing anything?" to explaining that you're tied up, and finally asking if you're still on. Now it's over to you. Which of these phrases are you going to use for your next weekend plan? I highly encourage you to keep improving your natural English by dropping a comment below using one of these new phrases. And if you found this explainer practical for your everyday communication, please like, share, and subscribe to The English Effect. We absolutely can't wait to see you next time.